How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video. Another beautiful morning on the farm. Beautiful blue skies. Fantastic. So, progress update on the property that we are currently trying to purchase. You can just about see the shed sticking out over the hedge there. That is the property in question. Things are developing pretty well, and hopefully we'll take ownership of that very soon. But unfortunately we haven't done that yet. So we can't start any form of work over there. And also, most of our crop getting close to harvest, but again, we're not quite there yet. So we have to keep ourselves busy in meantime, and I think the best way to do that is just to continue taking on some other jobs, contract jobs, because we also need the money to help us pay for, well, this new property, and also, well, there's going to be some changes that I want to make over there. I want to build a silage bunker, and I also want to move the big shed, which is going to be fairly expensive. We also need to buy a forage wagon, and I have been keeping an eye out for one, and there's a few available. I've also put word out to the local dealership, and they are keeping an eye out for a good sort of cheap one for me as well. Something small that we can run off of the probably the Ford. I don't think the John Deere will cope too well with a lot of weight. But yeah, if we get something that we can hook onto the Ford, that'll be nice. But I'm kind of looking for something just cheap. I don't want to spend a huge amount of money, because we're not going to have a huge amount of money after we paid for that property and moved the shed and did the construction that we want to do over there. We're not going to have much money left, because at the moment we're sitting on £72,000, which sounds amazing, and it is, don't get me wrong, it is amazing, but that will shrink very, very quickly once we take ownership of that property and start work. So yeah, I just want to continue to try and grow that bank balance as much as possible, and I have found a nice little cultivating job, which is a little ways south, so we'll make our way down there. And we'll take a quick look at the field and equipment. I think we've worked in that area, but I don't think we've worked on this particular field. And I'll have to find my way to that field, because I took a quick look on the GPS and it seems a bit tricky to get to that field. I think we have to go through another field to get to that particular field, but we'll see. We'll make our way down there and we'll try and find this field. And yeah, then we'll see what we're dealing with and we'll get that knocked out. And then we'll take it from there. Alright, so we are in the area of the field. I just need to figure out exactly how to get to it. And while we do that, I did want to talk about the whole contract situation for a minute. Now, ideally, I would like to not do any contracts at all. Unfortunately though, our operation is just too small to keep me busy on a full-time basis. So that is why I'm taking on the contracts, and also the contracts do make a lot of money in general, which helps us grow our operation quicker, which means we'll be in a position where we'll be busy on our farm full-time sooner. So that is kind of the thought process behind that. It's not something that I am looking to do long-term. As soon as our operation is big enough to keep us busy on a full-time basis, I will stop doing contracts altogether. But at the moment, it just works well. It keeps us busy rather than sitting around and waiting for something to happen on our farm. It keeps us busy and it brings money in, and like I say, it helps us buy more equipment, more fields, and yeah, just grow our operation so that we can get to the point where we want to be sooner. So yeah, I just wanted to chat about that real quick. But now we need to find this field. So I know it's just back there. I just don't know how to get into it. I think we need to go through a field that's behind these hedges. Let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, that looks about right. There's no road. That is some big corn. Wow, that is some very big corn. Okay. So yeah, no road, but I think the access to that field is back here. It is. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, that was interesting. If this was my property, I would definitely find a better way to access this field. Maybe just off the road there. Trim out some of that hedging yeah, there we go. This is the field that we are going to be cultivating, and this is the equipment. We have got a Valtra Valmet 8750, 8750. A nice big weight on the front there, and a very nice Amazon cultivator. Get that fired up. That sounds really nice, actually. Okay, everything looks to be hooked up and ready to go. Let's get into the field. So yeah, I think we'll maybe just run rows up and down the length of the field, but we'll create a bit of space on the ends for us to turn around a bit easier, because this field is surrounded by hedging, so not a lot of room to work. But yeah, we'll get started with this, and hopefully it doesn't take us too long so that we can head off and start work on, well, maybe another job. I'll have to see what is available. But yeah, we are gonna get the drone out. Now we'll get this field knocked out real quick. It doesn't look like a massive field, so it shouldn't take us too long at all. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and that went very well. So we ended up making a little bit of money there. We're currently sitting on £74,626. So not a huge amount, but it was a quick and easy job, so I wasn't expecting too much. But yeah, that was very enjoyable. Nice little Valtra that actually has quite a bit of power, more than what I expected. But I got a phone call from the dealership, and they got a trade-in this morning on a forage wagon, a small forage wagon. So I want to go take a look at that. So it's a similar deal as what happened when we bought the Ford. They just got it in, so they haven't gone through it, they haven't cleaned it up, they haven't checked anything, and so they are willing to sell it to us as is. But yeah, obviously there's a bit of risk involved with that, but we do get a bit of a discount as well. So we'll take the Ford over there, just in case we do end up buying it, so that we can bring it straight home, and then we'll have to figure out where to put it. We can definitely do with a bit more shed space, and hopefully soon we'll have a new shed over there. But yeah, still working on that. Unfortunately, it won't make a great machine shed. It's obviously a bale shed, it's very tall, but that might change, because if we do end up moving it, I don't know if we're gonna cut the supports or dig them out yet. It depends what we find down there, but if we do cut them and we don't extend them, we'll obviously have to lower the roof down. Then it'll make a pretty good machine shed, because the roof won't be so high up. But obviously won't make a great bale shed then, although we're not gonna have many bales at first, but thinking down the line we might want that extra headroom eventually when our operation gets a little bit bigger. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know exactly what's going to happen there yet. It really just depends what we find when we start digging over there. But yeah, I'm quite excited for that project, to be honest. It'll be nice to have something else to work on again, and I'm excited to get into the silage side of things as well. So hopefully this forage wagon is a good one, and it doesn't sound like they want too much for it. I don't have a final price yet. He was going to find out, but he gave me a ballpark, and it sounds reasonable, so hopefully it is pretty good. And not too big, because, well, the Ford can't handle a huge load. But let's see. Did say that it's just around the corner. I think I actually saw it already there. Aha. That seems to be it. Okay. Let's leave this here. That is it. Fantastic. So it's a SIP. I am familiar with that brand. And that is actually kind of perfect, to be honest. It's obviously old. It's a bit dirty, but it actually looks in good condition. That is not bad at all. Now, I'm not too worried that they haven't gone through it or anything, because there's not a huge amount that can go wrong on these things, and they do actually give you a little bit of a warranty in any case. We got that on the Ford as well. If anything goes wrong, sort of right off the bat, they will cover that. So that is absolutely fine. But yeah, that actually looks really nice. I think that'll work perfectly fine. Yeah, I like that. So I think I'm going to have a quick chat with them, see what we have as a final price, and I think we'll take this home. That is perfect. Okay, let's do this. Alright, so £3,000 later, and we have got ourselves a forage wagon, which means we have got everything we need for our silage operation, except a grass field and a silage bunker. But we're working on that, hopefully very soon. But yeah, everything else is in order, which is good. That is a bit of a relief. So it does mean when the purchase on that field comes through, we can start work on it immediately. Unfortunately though, I think that is going to overlap with some of our harvesting on probably the canola field over there and the soybean field. But that's okay, we'll get it all sorted out one way or another. We'll have to probably get this cleaned up, so I'm just going to pull it around for now. I want to give it a bit of a wash before we find a spot to put it. But I took a quick look before I left the dealership to see if there's any other jobs available, and I did find one. So it is a mowing and baling job, and it's just around the corner from us. If we go out our back gate, it's literally the next gate in. So nice and close. It is literally the property next door to the field bean field. And it doesn't look like it's a huge property. I don't know what equipment we are working with at all, but hopefully it is fairly decent. But yeah, we'll head over there, take a quick look at the equipment, and we'll get into that. Alright, so this is the field in question, and this is the equipment. We have got a nice little 314 Fendt Vario with the mowers already attached. That's good. And we have got another identical 314 Vario, and we have got a tedder, a rower, small little baler. That's a cute little baler actually. And we have got a collector, which is fantastic. That is a big collector for fairly small tractors. But anyway, not complaining. It means we'll probably have to do fewer trips. Hopefully just one, but I don't know. This is actually a fairly big field, so we'll probably have to do 2 or 3 trips to get all of the bales delivered. But let's get all of this going. This is a very nice little tractor actually. I do like those monitors. Very cool. Okay, everything seems to be hooked up correctly, which is good. And I think we can unfold. Beautiful. Front one unfolded as well. Fantastic. Okay, so we are going to get the drone out, and we are going to get this field knocked out. We're going to make ourselves some hay bales. We'll get them delivered, and hopefully we'll make a nice big chunk of money in the process. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun, and we also ended up making a really good chunk of money. So we are currently sitting on 80,528 pounds, which is fantastic. But yeah, the equipment was great. I'll tell you, those little Fen tractors, they have quite a bit of power. They're very comfortable, and the turning circle on them is amazing. They are so good for jobs like that. Also, for some reason, I thought we were making square bales. We weren't. We were making round bales, so our bale collector was complete overkill. We didn't even fill it halfway, so only one trip, but that was good. And it was also nice and close by, so yeah, no issues there at all. But yeah, I was a little bit unsure whether I should mow the little bit on the other side of the road. Luckily, just as I finished mowing, the owner of the field turned up just to see how things are going, sort of say hi. Very, very kind gentleman, and yeah, I asked him about it, and he said don't bother. I said they don't actually work the other side of that little road. They don't fertilize it or anything, so it's not a high yielding grass that's growing there, and he said it just wouldn't be worth the effort. So yeah, didn't bother with that, so all good. But yeah, I actually had a lot of fun over there, and very impressed with those little Fen tractors. So good. Very nice interiors as well. I don't think it's the first time I've been in one, but yeah, they just caught my attention today. Really like them. But yeah, also very happy with our purchase of our new forage wagon. Well, new to us, forage wagon. I'll give it a little bit of a clean up. I'll give the Ford a wash as well while I'm at it, because I did see that it's getting a bit dirty again. And we'll probably just put the wagon in that little corner there. Unfortunately, it's not going to be under a roof or anything, but we've got more important things. Although I could probably try and squeeze it in there if I absolutely have to, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll just put it out there. But yeah, quite the successful day there. We got our wagon, made a bit of money, and did 2 fun jobs, and hopefully we'll be into harvesting very, very soon, and I'm going to try and get that property purchase finalized as soon as possible as well, so that we can get work started over there. But we are going to leave it there for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.